Hey y'all, Pro Hitman here, bringing you another First Descendant video. Today's video is going to be on the ultimate Viessa build that I prefer to use, that I love to use, because she is my favorite Descendant. First off, before we get started, if you want to find me on Discord, Twitch, or want to support me as an Nexon creator, links will be posted below in the video description, and also in the comments. Now, let's get started with the build of Ultimate Viessa. First and foremost, this is going to be a very long video, so embrace yourselves. First, I will go over the Viessa, I will go over her Reactor, external components, and also the gun that you are required to use with her to get the maximized damage from her. Alright, first, mods. Now, this is what I typically use in every scenario when it comes to mobbing, and also the bossing build will be in here too, because you just have to switch a mod here and there, and that's it. That's why I actually love this. This is a very simple build to do. Alright, first up is Absolute Zero. This is her Transcendent mod. Now, there is a key thing to this that most people probably don't even notice, but the chill of your gun will actually inflict frostbite, and therefore her ice spears will come back. And I will do a demonstration later on of that. Alright, you get MP conversion for skill cooldown, and you will pretty much need all the skill cooldown you can to successfully pull this off. You can put even more by putting on something else, but I prefer more damage versus cooldown, so there you go. Next is HP amplification, and I choose this because I need the most health from her, and also her ice roads, her second ability, also regen shield for her too. Alright, for Dangerous Ambush, this is the next card that I rock. When landing a skill attack, when an enemy is not targeting you, skill power plus 24.5%. Now, the key to this is the secondary ability, skill attack against immobilized enemies, skill power plus 49.8%. This works on enemies that are frostbited. It will not work on Colossi who can't be frostbited, so that it cannot immobilize them. But if you break their shoulder or stun lock them, this will work just fine for them. Skill expansion, you want all her abilities to go maximize range. Front lines, this is a 100% crit rate build. So there you go. You want to make sure you pump in as much crit damage to her as possible. Skill concentration. Focus on chill. I'm using this and not skill power or some other card because of the cooldown you need from it. Emergency measures. Another crit rate with crit damage amplification card. Skill insight. Nimble fingers. And that's pretty much Viessa in a nutshell. Alright, for the skill cooldown, we are going to look at, for her first ability, Frost Shards. We're sitting at 1.8%. Ice Roads, we are sitting at 6.6% cooldown, and this is the duration side of 19 seconds, so you really don't need to focus too hard on the duration side. You can put duration in to make your blizzard, and this lasts longer to help you save on MP. That's completely on you. And then you got your Cold Snap, which is 5.3 seconds, and then your blizzard is sitting at 15.8 seconds. And like I said, skill expansion will affect all of these, and duration will affect your blizzard and your ice or frost roads. Dangerous Ambush over to focus on singular, I would not recommend, but that's up to you. You can also make this her bossing build by taking skill expansion off and run spear and shield, because she actually gets a better buff from skill power, not skill power modifier. And you can also take this off and run duration cards, which is also not a bad thing. Extension. So she has have a very versatile build, like depending on what I'm doing or depending on how I'm doing in every fight, I would constantly just rotate these out. Alright, next up is her Reactor and external components. You want a Frozen Singularity Reactor. For mobbing, you want chill and crit damage, or duration and crit damage. Either one of those work. With beam rifle mounting, I am running the Clairvoyance with her all the time. Yes, you see the optimized conditions. I have hand cannon and sniper. This actually crosses over with the Haley Reactor, so that's why I just mounted all three for both Haley and Viessa. Slayer set, this works. Optional for her bossing build. You can use Frozen Heart too, that's totally up to you, but I recommend Slayer just for the skill power that she actually needs to do high damage. Next up is the Clairvoyance. Now, you do not have to crystal the Clairvoyance, but you do need to get it to its level 5 stage in the unique ability. Because when you fire it, the beam rifle charge up speed, when you hit the second tier stage and 3 tier stage is where it shines the most. It knocks the enemy's chill resistance by 40% for the stage 2. And then on top of that, when you hit stage 3, it reduces action speed. Now, Colossus, you won't really notice their action speed being slowed down. That's fine, but heavier bosses in mobs and stuff like that, it will show the most effect too. And also, the chill of the Clairvoyance will trigger ice spears, and I will show that here shortly. But the few mods that you actually do need in a Clairvoyance to make it great. Now, typically most people are like, well, fire rate don't matter, beam charge don't matter. In this case, beam charge actually does matter. Superconductivity charge, you want that speed of that beam to charge as fast as possible to proc the unique ability of the gun. So yes, in this case, this is the one of 2 guns that require the beam charging speed to actually matter. Other beam rifles do not, unfortunately. And then you do want to put fire rate. I have noticed that it does actually nudge a little bit because it ain't a high fire rate gun, but it will nudge the damage numbers that you see on the screen. And then also expanded weapon charge. Those are the 3 mods you only need in the gun. You don't have to really do damage with the gun to make the unique ability proc. You're just using it for the beam charge and the unique ability. And for the cores and rolls, since it's a chill gun, of course I'm going to roll. And I typically use this heavy in boss fight, aka Infernal Walker, when he's around. So that's why the Colossus there. But rounds per magazine, yes, firearm attack, it's not a bad thing. If you want to do this, you do not have to, but I do. And it actually doesn't have a bad crit rate or a crit damage modifier. So crit damage was really good to put in this. I choose sprint speed for just moving faster with Viessa, especially with her ice roads. I'm maxing her 1300 capability out there for movement speed. And yeah, I will show you what the gun is about now. Correction, arcade tree. Now for her mob and bossing, there's a slight difference. They're pretty much identical though. Arcade tree, we're just going to follow the skill power because she actually does need a lot of skill power. Alright, so you're just going to grab these, you're going to head up because MP recovery, you could also do skill costs, that's totally up to you. Either way, these, this fork in the road works. Either way, depending on how you feel and what you want to do. But we're going to grab as much skill power, a range, and since she is 100% crit rate, even if you took skill insight off, this does not give you 100% crit rate. So unfortunately, I did try that. These 3 nodes are still wasted, so no point in grabbing those. You do want to grab crit damage because she is a 100% crit build. Now for her bossing side, it's pretty much identical. The only thing that changes is you can grab the Colossus nodes right here and not the range skill effect range. Unfortunately, that's the only difference in between her bossing and mobbing arcade tree. Alright, I'm gonna give the demo of the Clairvoyance now of what I was talking about it triggering Frostbite and her ice spears. Alright, I'm just gonna summon some League of Immortality, level 260. And then if you watch the bar that's right beside the full bar that goes up, the 2-3 stage bar, that is when the chill resistance knock actually kicks in. Then you see us on top of their face. Alright, here's the full demo now. And you see, I did not use a single ability and her ice spears automatically came into play. And yeah, they do hit. They hit pretty hard. Alright, so if you want to know what type of damage numbers I run on my Viessa, I will give a demo of every ability that she does. So right now, Ice Spears is 820, her first ability. Crossroads, which I use a lot. Take for 207 against this enemy type at 260. And I'm choosing 260 to show you the maximized defense that the enemy has and the health and stuff so that you can see the damage numbers at the highest value.
Take this.
Oh, one time I didn't crit. No, that was 734 though. Still good for not crit, but... Oh wow, we're having technical difficulties here. 2.6 million now. There you go. Thank you. And that will happen. You know, nothing is 100% in this game. And her Blizzard, I'm stacking 1.2 to 1.4 million. The 453, that's just Ice Spears kicking in. Alright, time for some gameplay for Viessa. Alright, next up is going to be a demo for the Viessa, how I play her in 400s. Today's mission is going to be the Haven. And yes, I did change the reactor. I will show you that when we get started. Alright, see I changed to the skill duration crit damage reactor. And yes, I do have beam rifle mounting to it. First off, I just start up proc her second ability, her third ability, and you just rotate her abilities out. She's very active play base, so you constantly just hit your abilities as soon as they come up or off cooldown. Go through here, that's pretty much all you gotta do. Every ability is up, you just hit it. And yes, she is very squishy. I have heard that numerous times from a variety of players, but she does hit like a Mack truck, so it does work. I do not typically need to use my Clairvoyance too much in this, in the lower enemies, because they don't have the health pool for it. At the end is where you'll see me use my Clairvoyance the most. My Blizzard, just keep running around mainly with her, trying to avoid the enemies as much as possible. She's very mobile, so that's why I actually like playing her in 400s and stuff, because you constantly got to keep going, constantly got to keep hitting her abilities. And when you get used to her, you can actually spam her abilities like that without even thinking about it, of the distance or anything like that associated with her abilities. Alright, moving on to the next room. And typically you can run past a lot of the enemies and actually just hit them with your ice roads to kill them, because they will try to follow you anyway, so there you go. Here comes another big room. Now the biggest rooms, they spawn the most enemies, so it's more challenging to actually stay alive. Just constantly run around, pick up some HP nodes and stuff like that as they pop up. And I'm also using the dog to give me HP. Oh, a little bit of stutter. I'm trying to clear out the back of the room first and then work my way forward as they spawn in. So you gotta be a little strategic with it. Alright, I finally cleared out everything behind me. Now I can focus everything in front of me. Grab some HP nodes, pop my ability one more time, grab my Blizzard. Can you stop trying to explode on me? Thank you, my guys. I know I'm in my baby suit, but come on.
My shield is down.
And you see, I'm not really struggling with MP or anything, but she, in boss fights, you'll notice a starvation of MP. It does happen. Alright, this room is cleared out. Now we clear out the boss room coming up. I've had one failed attempt so far. I think I'm doing good. Now this is where you're gonna need a gun, because this guy right here, he has a shield over his face that I do have to shoot.
This could get messy. Take this.
Get rid of the immunity phase first.
This is the ultimate chill. How dare we break my shield?
Alright, he's taken care of. Time for you, my guy. Didn't forget about you. Nope. Take it to the face. Take it to the face. Come on. You know you like it. And boom. That's it. And yes, I'm aware this is no nest numbers, but it took me 4 minutes and 49 seconds to clear this. Well, bam. Viessa solo 400. And with that, y'all, thank you for watching. And if you have any video ideas, please feel free to leave a comment below. Or if you want to know knowledge,